Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was at a certain point just looking to pick up on my midweek and see if I can get my third and final win out of this. So I did try looking into my internet interruption yesterday, and it is looking more like I was DDoSed, or I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that someone would do that. I can play most of my hand with only the 2 lands. I was wondering, it can enter tapped and the swamp, because I can only really play my black and red. We'll see what I can get for extra lands. Ponder. So they get to choose which card they draw, pretty much, or their top 3, and if they don't like any of their top 3, they can shuffle their deck before they draw. I'd very much like Ponder. He's gonna nope it. Nope. Going land cycling. Looks like he's just playing mono blue. Interesting. I don't necessarily recognize her. Look at the top 4 cards. Interesting. So he limits my ability to draw extra cards. I'm assuming he's looking to nope it. Surveil and draw. So at a certain point, I am kind of slowed down here. And is that black? Yes. And I can't really do... I don't know. We'll see what I get for draw here. So I don't know why he put that on the top of his deck just to put it on the bottom of his deck. But at this point, I mean, he has 6 mana to my 3. And yeah, at least I now have 4 mana and I can start to get some of my shrines up. The Shark Typhoon. Which once again I don't recognize. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX shark token where X is the spell's value. Do I want the 5? I'll pay the 2 life. If I do prowess, I don't know, I don't have enough to basically do everything. What do I want to do here? If I do another destroy target creature, let's see what I can get for an extra land, which gets me back up to 3, so I can play my other otter. Back to Brawl games tend to be slow. At this point he now has 8 mana and he can play his commander again. Take an extra turn after this one. How did he spend 11 on that? Starting with you, each player votes for timer money. For each time vote, take an extra turn after this one. For each money vote, choose a permanent owned by the voter and gain control of it. Money. I definitely haven't seen any of these cards, or some of these cards. At a certain point I'm half tempted just to bail. But it's that fast. Because he would have gotten another turn anyways? I don't know. Going back to, this is playing on Brawl. I don't know. It's all cards of basically all time. So a lot of those were new to me. I don't know. Makes me think that I definitely got lucky yesterday on my matchups. Or partially his deck was designed to shut down the extra round that this is kind of built around. Tiffa. And unless I can actually get control, that's going to get expensive fast. Pretty sure this can just enter tapped, and I'm gonna play my Sanctum. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1. If you do, you can create a spirit for each one you have. Oh, yeah. That's basically game right there. Good game. 1 round win. Going back to, I definitely got lucky on my draws yesterday. Or depending on how this goes, I might just bail on my 3rd one. I'd like to get my 3rd one, and I'd be even happy to throw a couple to... This is what people are facing. I don't know. The 1 round win, I don't even see how... what the selling point there is. So I'm basically have to go for my swamp. I was trying to figure out what would be best for if I did the same thing I kind of did yesterday on Aang's Journey. And he's actually using the same shrine one that I have, but it means he's playing mono green. Kind of like to look at his art. So, at this point I'm just waiting on him. And any time now. Wonder if it's just going to time him out? As it's the start of the match, I'm assuming it is like connection issues. I was wondering with his name being sick combos if this might be like another 1 turn win or something like that. There are some pretty crazy combos you can do. I'm gonna go for the black. In a way, I maybe should have tried to keep my mana. But at this point, if he's still just gonna time out, it's gonna cause him to auto discard and then back to me. No, he's playing. He's playing black-red. Probably should go for... I could do the shrine and my mage. And if I would have done that in the other order, it would have done damage. So the Arcane Signet. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's identity. So I can't... I'm a little shy on what I actually have. Go for the color. So depending on what he looks to play, I might be able to control it with the cut down. This is one of the better control cards, but it isn't legal in alchemy or even standard play. 1 green. Whenever Enchanted Forest is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 additional mana of the chosen type. Applying, add 1 mana of any color. Take an extra turn after this one. So, that's a pretty nice card to have, or at a certain point, it's not the first time I've seen this now. As far as mana ramping, Ugin. And there's no way I can really deal with that at this point. Add 3 mana. It's going to destroy my sanctum. Oh. When it enters, draw a card from the key to the archive spellbook, then discard a card. So, yeah. In a way, I am surprised he had Yugen. If I cut down his bird, I'll get my mana back. I don't have a lot of options. In fact, I don't have a lot of options here. Going back to he can now basically just continue to play and wipe the board without being able to get into a control that allows me to deal with Ugin. I don't know. I'm not going to draw this out, or I would like to get either my last win in or my win for the day in. I'm pretty sure that wasn't going to turn in my favor. And I do feel a little odd sometimes about just like moving on. So, I'm not terribly against it. On one, I can do the Boundless Vigor. And then I'd have to draw into mana to be able to do my my Oasis. Search your library for planes. Pay 2 life. I could go for my Aang's Journey now. I don't know. I'm assuming he's looking to play control. He's playing green-red. For 2 basic lands. Mana ramping seems to be the name of the game for commander decks. Alright, because I can do... Did I want to do the 4? I can do the 3 and have it enter tapped. I cannot. I need to Aang's Journey a blue card? This is not going to, I think, end well for me. So, at this point he has 7 mana to my 4. Going back to just moving on. Raphael, I should view the battlefield here real quick. He has haste. And he put a card from the onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, which got him another one that does the same. Discover. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 5 or less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. And he pulled Chandra, Torch of Defiance. So, yeah. Moving on. I definitely think I got lucky on... Or at this point, it's the people that are playing this either just have the really nice decks and are enjoying stomping, or they're struggling to get it done, I think. So, there's only 1 hour left. And if I don't get it this round, I was actually wondering if I should just swap over and try to get my... Plains or Swamp. Can't really do anything on this round anyways. Just switch over to like my lifelink deck, or I should be looking at what I need for my dailies. I figured since this is like a 5-color deck. Scry 1. What else does it do? Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It's pretty handy. Beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. And his is a spacecraft. Sacrifice a land to draw 2 cards. You may play an additional land this turn. And for 8, it has flying, vigilance, and haste, and whenever you sacrifice a land, each opponent loses 2 life. I don't necessarily have a lot for graveyard control at this point. The beginning of your end step. Auto pay. So I'm assuming he has some sort of control and can deal with my Goshante. He's running Azura, or not Azura. I don't actually recognize that one. Alright, when it enters, put a random shard from among the 7 top cards into your hand. It's going to get 1 less to cast. No attacks. Auto pay. Destroy target creature with toughness. Can I submit 0? How did I fail that? With toughness 5, I only have 4, so I can't do it. I have to do one of mine? Sure. I kind of got pinched there with needing to select a target. When you do, destroy target creature with toughness X or less, where X is the number of shrines you control. So, that was definitely my mistake. I'm assuming he has, like, more control, or he's playing just red, green, black. I'm wondering if in some ways it's like playing the slow game? I don't know. No blocks. So here, discard a... Once again, how did I even fail that? It should have done 4. I don't know, I'm just gonna bail. And I'm feeling bad on this on a couple ways. Part of it's I don't necessarily know my deck. And I don't know. Back to just moving on. I'm not terribly against it. I once again need all of my colors in order to get my Sanctum of All out. I would have named my Sanctum of All as like my commander, but it isn't actually a creature. Your commander has to be a creature. Looks like they're just playing solid blue. And the Mox Amber. The Ginger Brute. And the Traveler's Amulet. Can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. And you can sacrifice it to gain 3 life. So at this point, I should do like a red and a black, and I can shoot the sheriff. Not a lot else I can do for round 1. And even with somebody like Vivi, I can't get the extra mana around. Just thinking I'm going to go with High Bay. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 Thopter. That looks pretty nice. But that's actually all 5 of my colors. And I'm pretty happy for that. In a way, I did that poorly. I should have played my Forest and then High Bay. Let's see what he's up to. The Mana Geode. So he can add 1 mana of any color. for a basic land card. And he is playing black. He probably has control then? So wondering what my options here kind of were. He has an instant. Alright, at this point with 6 mana, I was wondering about doing something like my Warrior of the Light. Is he gonna nope it? No. That is basically all I can do. And depending on what I can get for... add 2 mana of different colors. At the beginning of your upkeep. I mean, he has all the mana. But going back to, I can pick any shrine. Search your library. Draw X cards. Get a couple extras. Let's go with the Verge. Oh, I need to discard a card. I will go with the... So if I do the Black Mage's Rod... I'm assuming he's looking to potentially nope it. Counter it unless his controller pays 4. As far as losing only 2, I'll let that one slide. For each spell and ability your opponent controls. Interesting. And I can still do the Guardian. Take action. Autopay. When it enters, put an instance or sorcery on the top of your hand. For each spell and or ability, it's going to replay it. The Eternity Elevator. Interesting. Search my library. So I will take action and get a bunch of cards. And then I'll discard probably my Authority of Councils. More basic. I can play the Verge. That won't actually get me anything. If I do my Warrior of Light, he can't nope it. And then I can do... He has to discard all the cards he doesn't play. I think it's probably my better option. Going back to this is starting to light up. And I am going to call that good. Because yeah, half an hour of grinding for a couple, or for one win. My first win for the day. But I got my cosmetic that I managed to just click straight through. So yeah, I was looking to attack with creatures, and that's probably not the best deck for that. I should be looking to run my token deck probably. But either way, I'm good for a break and look forward to doing some Magic in the future.